Hello, hello, beautiful humans. Welcome, my loves. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I'm so freaking excited about this episode. Okay, so welcome, everyone. I'm Evie. I'm your host, life and confidence coach and business mentor, and this is the Unstoppable You podcast. And today is a personal one. It's behind the scenes. I'm going to share my journey and some of the things I've been navigating and healing and processing and this evolution. So it all started when I felt like I'd lost my soul sparkle. I lost my soul sparkle, but she's back. And today I want to share that story with you. I want to take you on the journey. I want to bring you behind the scenes into, what it was like before, how I've navigated this, and what it feels like now. And so yay, welcome. Thanks for being here. So excited for this. Now, of course, I have to start with a quote, and of course, we have to talk about a quote about shining bright. So, this is the quote today by Anonymous. I'm not sure who this is by. And the quote goes this: "The closer we get to being who we are meant to be, the brighter we shine." The closer we get to being who we are meant to be, the brighter we shine. Ain't that the truth? Oh my goodness. There's so many beautiful quotes about shining bright and about like lighting the way for others and about not dimming to fit in and all of those sorts of things. And so much of that relates to my story and my journey and what I'm going to be talking about today. So I hope you like that one. Keep that one forefront of mind. And I also want to share the oracle card that I pulled this morning. I've been doing this on a few episodes recently. It's this one here. If you can see that over on YouTube, it says portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards wild card. Now, I've been feeling this shift for some time now, but it's been really gearing up in the last couple of months, the last month or so, really. And just so much has shifted and changed. And I know there's been the beautiful full moon just yesterday here, and everywhere. And it's just been so activating for me. And I really wanted to share my journey with this, and it's just been so powerful. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting really excited and talking in tongues. So let me start from the beginning. I feel like somewhere along the way in the last couple of years, but little bits and pieces along the way, I felt like I lost a bit of my soul sparkle. And I'm calling it my soul sparkle because I'm a really sparkly human and that's a part of who I am. But I also mean like the sparkliness, the shine, the shining bright, the part of you that's really sparkly and beautiful, and it's a part of who you truly are. It's a part of your soul, but allowing that to sparkle, allowing that to shine, allowing that to really come through, right? So this is not a story about like I lost myself. It's about the sparkle bit kind of got lost along the way. And there's lots of different things that have contributed to this, which I'm going to share in just a moment. But I hope that this of course, people love these like behind the scenes episodes, right? We all do. We're so nosy. We love learning about other people. But also, I really hope that this is activating for some of you. I really do hope that this is that it hits somewhere for you as well. Maybe this is a reminder. Maybe this is maybe we just need to dial up your soul sparkle again. Maybe we need to shine a bit brighter. Maybe you've been holding yourself back in some way. Or maybe you haven't been fully owning and claiming your authentic truth, your authentic magic, and your soul's gifts. And so if that's you, I hope that this activates something in you. I hope that this inspires you. I hope that this is that loving nudge that you need to reassess things and be like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe there's something in this for me as well. So at very least, I hope it's insightful and helpful and just interesting to hear my journey. But I also know that there's going to be some of you out there that this activates your soul, that this brings forward a piece of you that's been dying to come out, that is a huge part of who you truly are, that you've been dulling down or dimming down or not owning and claiming. And I want this for you. And you deserve this. And I know how it feels when you're really contracted and dimming down your light and not fully owning and claiming that. And I also know how it feels on the other side when it feels like freaking magic, when life just opens up again for you, when it feels so fulfilling and true and authentic and right and magical, and also the impact that that flows on to have in all areas of your life. And if you're a business owner in your soul's work, then the impact that you have there, my goodness, it just changes everything. Okay, so somewhere along the way, and for me, there was lots of different reasons. And I would love for you, if you're resonating with this, I'd love for you to just check in with yourself about where this might have happened along the way for you. But in the last couple of years, somewhere along the line, I made it all really serious, like all too serious. There was a whole lot of overthinking happening, and for lots of different reasons. I think also I felt the weight of mothering and the responsibility of, the weight of the responsibility of mothering, not necessarily the weight of mothering, the weight of the responsibility that holds and brings with it. And there was an experience that I had where I was made to believe, thought to believe, that there was parts of me and parts of my soul work and parts of my authentic magic that perhaps weren't the things that were going to make me successful, quote unquote successful, right? And I think somewhere along the way I thought that, just little tweaks of this around like, oh man, like maybe I should be showing up in this way, or bring this forward in my business, or this is what people are wanting or wanting to see, or to be successful or to have the impact that I really want to have, because I freaking love what I do and I care about this stuff so much. I care about this so much that I wanted to be perfect, to help everyone, to serve everyone, to do it in the way that they wanted me to do it in. And yeah, to quote unquote be really successful doing it. And I was trying to fit into this perfect quote unquote strategy or way of doing things, or the way that it was going to give me the success that I really wanted. And I called BS on that. Like I totally got lost in that somewhere along the way, but I call BS on that there isn't like one way of doing business or one way of doing life. And the only way to do life and the only way to do business, I believe, is from your authentic truth, from your wisdom, from your inner knowing, from your gifts, and doing it with soul. Like bring back the soul sparkle. Yeah. So for some of you, it may be like, I got caught up in a world of people pleasing and I dimmed down my light. Maybe it was about people pleasing. Maybe someone told you that you needed to be a version of yourself to be successful, or that only some of these traits would be the things that would make you successful, or life or your business or your relationships or whatever it is had to look a certain way to be successful or to fit in, or maybe we just took it all a bit too seriously. Maybe we felt the weight of the responsibility of whatever it is, of mothering, of business, of space holding, of being a good human, of the state of the world, whatever it might have been. Maybe that weight of that responsibility really dialed down your sparkle and took some parts of your authentic magic away. Like for whatever reason, I think when we're trying to fit into these boxes, or where we have these belief systems that it's not safe for me to fully be my most authentic self, to fully shine bright in my gifts and my soul's gifts, to sparkle, like to bring back the soul sparkle, there's something that happened along the way for you that made you believe that it wasn't safe to bring that back, or that you weren't allowed to do that, or that wasn't the right thing, quote unquote, right thing, or whatever it might be for you. There'll be lots of different versions of this, but for many of you, if you're resonating with the story and this is activating something in you and you're like, whoa, okay, it's hitting something here, then I'd lovingly ask you, like, what is that thing for you? Or maybe there's quite a few different things. Similar to me, there was lots of little things along the way that just started to chip away at the sparkle. And I wanted to retreat and contract and dial that down. And I'm so glad that I woke up to that. I'm so glad. And there was lots of things along the way, but a huge part of it has been like reconnecting with my true self spending so much more time in devotion to my soul, to the deepest part of me, which I love, and really connecting inwards, dropping out of your head, dropping out of your mind, dropping out of your ego and the overthinking, and coming back into your intuition and your inner knowing, listening to the soul whispers, listening to the signs, and connecting with something higher, greater than yourself. For me, the universe, your spirit guides, your spirit team. Maybe it's something else for you, but really connecting inwards. And there were so many signs and nudges along the way. And I've just been following those breadcrumbs. And then someone called me out in a beautiful, loving way. She's now my coach. And it was so beautiful to have someone to be like, hey, I can see that you've contracted for whatever reason, and we need to bring the real Evie back, the most authentic, sparkliest, boldest, brightest, truly gifted Evie back. And so it's been this really beautiful, quite a fast process really, but a really beautiful process of like inner work and healing for me. And I love this work so much. And I also want to say that it takes courage to do this work, that you've got to be ready and you've got to lean in and want to do the work. And my goodness, did I want to do the work. I was so ready because I'd been floating around and dancing around and trying to figure it out for some time, and for lots of different reasons. Like, I'm a huge believer of timing, but there's this beautiful like cosmic energy happening at the moment. And I'm not an astrologer, but I feel this. Do you feel it too? There's something being activated in so many of us at the moment, like a call for authenticity, like true authenticity. And for us to really go big on our gifts and our mission and our desires and our goals, and to stop hiding and playing small. And there's been this real beautiful shift in so many of us, I feel. And I want to bring you on along the ride with me. Like, come on the ride with me. And so I'm really excited about this because there's been something that shifted within me. And so some of the things that really supported me, like I said, initially it was really coming back to my true self and tuning into my intuition and listening to my inner voice and my guidance and my like connecting to the higher powers, connecting to the universe and the spiritual side of me that is always there, but potentially I didn't devote to perhaps as strongly or as much in the last few years. And so that's been a really beautiful shift. And that's been enabled me to unlock a lot of things. But one of the biggest things was going back and doing some really beautiful, deep inner child healing. And I've done lots of this over the years, right? And it was just this another layer, and it just opened up the portal for me. It opened up so much for me. And so there's this really beautiful process that I take clients through, and I had the beautiful gift for myself, a gift that I gave to myself of being with another coach who holded me through that process as well. And it was just really beautiful. And, it takes courage. Like I said, it takes courage, and there's a lot of release that happened, but man, it was so beautiful to be able to do that and to activate that. Like, I'm feeling like all this emotion here, like beautiful, like happy tears almost. This, like, I'm so grateful that I leaned in and I put myself in those places where I could really be seen. My authentic self could be fully held and seen in those spaces with safety, with love, with so much care, and to foster that to come out again. And it really activated something within me, and it brought back my sparkle. I've been creating this really cool, it's kind of like a vision board on Pinterest, like a collage on Pinterest. Hands up who's done collages on Pinterest. Oh my God, they're so freaking cool. It's like my favorite thing right now. But essentially it was like collecting photos and images and colors and all of the stuff that felt like my truest essence, that felt like my energy. And it wasn't necessarily that that's going to be like my business or my branding. I'm sure some of that is in it, and we'll weave into it. But it was just really beautiful to have that visual representation of what I was truly feeling, and to connect back with my little girl, connect back with my most authentic self, who is deeply, deeply spiritual and holds space like, whew, like an incredible, incredible space holder who is so gifted at coaching and space holding. Like, she goes to many, many depths. And if you've ever worked with me before, you'll have felt a version of that. And I feel like there's even more depth to come. But wow, like that inner knowing, that wisdom, that spirituality, the gifts, the ability to see people and hold people, the empathy. And yeah, I see that as such a gift for my coaching work. It is the way that I coach. It is the way that I space hold, and it will always be the way that I space hold. It's a part of who I am, but just really owning and claiming that and seeing that, like feeling that for myself. And also this really bubbly, sparkly, like Barbie pink, like this beautiful inner child who believed that the world was magical, that the world is magical, that humans are magical, that this beautiful positive light that is me, and it's really beautiful because they're both me. It's both, it's and like there's been a part along this journey where my mind's been like, but hold on, those are quite different energies and quite different vibes, but they are both me, they are all me, right? And more. And just really owning and claiming those, not having to fit into a certain box, not having to label it, not having to name it in a certain way, or not having to package it up in a certain way, and not having to essentially put it in a box and label it. Like, just owning and claiming that version of me. And it's been the most liberating thing ever. It's like, I can finally bring all of me to the table. And this isn't to say that I haven't been myself and I haven't been authentic the whole way through. I have. And the sparkle is back. The soul sparkle is back. And I feel so alive and so me. And it's just honestly the best thing ever. It truly is. It's the best thing ever. And so anyway, I wanted to share a bit about my journey and how I felt like I kind of dimmed that down and lost a little bit along the way and tried to fit it into boxes and strategies and overthinking and people pleasing and all of this kind of stuff. And then realizing that I was holding myself back in doing so and contracting in doing so. And that I was yearning for this feeling of aliveness, of true authentic expression, of bringing all of myself to the table, of dialing up the sparkle again and shining bright, and not being afraid of the big spiritual conversations and the depth in which I go to with coaching clients and, in my space holding, and just fully claiming and owning that again and dialing that right out, like overcoming that limiting belief, that pattern from my childhood, healing my inner child on a deeper level and layer of that. And yeah, coming out the other side, just feeling like everything's magical again. So I feel like I should have come on. I did an Instagram post about this recently. I should have come on with my leopard print fur coat because I had pink lippy on, the sparkly gold eyeshadow, the leopard print coat, and I was like, she's back. She's back in the house. Anyway, my loves, that is a bit about my journey. Now, I wanted to offer this to you because something that's really beautiful that's come of this process for me has been that I'm here to activate other people's soul sparkles, that I want to dial up the sparkle in you, that I want to get you back to the soul about what this is all really about, to bring you back into it, your fullest, most potent, authentic self. Bring her back. Bring her back in your life, bring her back in your relationships, bring her back in your business, bring her back in your work and your impact. Let's bring her back. She's so longing to come out and shine bright. I know that. And so if you're feeling like seen and heard in this conversation and you're like, this is a bit of me, then I would invite you to come reach out to me. Send me a DM on Instagram or email me, however you want to contact me, please do. This is my new offer called Soul Activation, where we activate your soul, where we make sure that we're bringing back the sparkle, where you're shining in your truest, most bold, courageous, authentic, potent, authentic self, and bringing your soul's gift to life, like going big on your soul's gifts. and not holding back anymore, not people pleasing, not putting into a box, not trying to identify it in a certain way, not overthinking it all the time, but really to bring back, yeah, like that truth, that authentic truth, but also to bring back the ease, the joy, the play, the beautiful self-expression that can come from, that really can only come from your most authentic, truest self. And so there is 2 options here for soul activation. If this is calling you, DM me, and obviously we can chat about what's right for you. But there's a 1-month immersion. If you want to deep dive, go all in, 1 month, boom. We shift some energy. We do a whole lot of healing and inner work and really activate your soul to bring her to the forefront in your life and your business in all the ways. Or there's a 3-month deep dive where we fully expand into this. We deepen into this. We do so much more layers of healing, of deep inner work, but really that activates that soul, that brings your authentic magic back to life and really enables you to share her in the most like truest, authentic way for you, and the most potent and the most like beautiful, heart expanding way, soul expanding way. And so if this is a bit of you, DM me, Instagram me, Evelyn Roberta Kelly is my handle, or email me. All the links are going to be in the show notes or in the description below if you're over on YouTube watching along. But hey, thank you. Thank you for being here and like seeing me through this journey. I love you and I appreciate you, and I welcome all of these follow-up conversations that always, like the best conversations always happen after the podcast. So please do reach out. I would love to hear from you, especially if you're here still listening right to the very end. But yeah, thank you so much for holding this space, for letting me share my story. And I hope this inspires and activates something in you. And man, we need you shining bright. We need your soul's gifts. We need your truest, authentic self shining bright. So bring back the soul sparkle, I say. She never left the building. She was always there. She was always there within me, and she's always there within you. But just sometimes there's a few layers we have to peel back, or a little bit of healing, releasing that needs to happen in order to bring her forth. And give yourself this gift is all I can say. Anyway, my loves, that is it from me. I love you. I see you. I can't wait to chat with you about this. And thank you so much. All my love.